Hello guys, welcome to the part 2 of the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga in Vedic Astrology. Now in part 1 of the video I had already discussed that what this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is all about. In the part 1 of the video we had already discussed that what can we infer out what can we infer out of the life of the individual in whose chart this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is present. Then through the help of the Vedic charts I had given you many examples that how you can use the Vedic charts to decipher out whether you have this particular yoga in your Vedic chart or not. I had given you examples of that. So we, in this particular video, we would not take up those things because we had already covered those things in detail. Rather, in this video we would limit our attention to the fact that with what strength would this yoga manifest itself in your life. Now the people who have the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga present in their charts, these people at certain point in their life, they are inclined towards the ninth house careers. That is, these people at certain point of their life, they are inclined towards uplifting the society to a higher level of self-awareness, to a higher level of self-consciousness through their teachings. These people could be these people turn out to be the philosophical thinkers, the social thinkers. These people turn out to be the spiritual or the religious gurus. These people who have the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga present in their chart, these people are inclined towards teaching the society as to what is the right path that is to be followed by a human being in his life. These people can enlighten the society about their teachings, about the subjects like astrology, spirituality, meditation, religion, philosophy, and things like that. Or in these people who have the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga present in their charts, these people, even if they are not teaching all those things like astrology, spirituality, philosophy, or any kind of a social, or even if they are not preaching any kind of a social thinking, these people are inclined towards enlightening the people by teaching any practical subject that we have nowadays. These people can be inclined towards the charitable deeds, wherein they are indulging into works like priesthood, wherein they can be involved in the construction of temples. So they might be giving the money in charity to the religious or the institution that are working for the spiritual or the religious causes. These people can come to the rescue of the people who are the unfortunate, needy, and the needy ones in society. But not only this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is a yoga in itself, but since this yoga manifests itself whenever there is any association in your chart between the 9th house and the 10th house. So whenever there is an association between the 9th house and 10th house, not only what you have is the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga present in your chart, but you also have what we call as the Parivartan Raj Yoga present in your chart, because the most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is when the 9th house Lord is present in the 10th house and the 10th house Lord is present in the 9th house. So not only you have the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga present in your chart, you have also what is called the Parivartan Raj Yoga present in your charts. That is why the people who have this yoga, they turn out to be the spiritual gurus, religious masters, they turn out to be teachers, they turn out to be philosophical or the social thinkers that tend to get the name, fame, and reputation at the international level. Now you could be one individual who might be having this particular yoga in your chart, but you might be famous within only a group of 5 to 10 individuals who might know you as the best religious or the best spiritual person they have come across. And yet another individual in whose chart this particular yoga is manifesting more strongly, that person would be famous within his own city. Then if this yoga is more powerful in your horoscope, then you could be famous as a spiritual or a religious master at the national level. And if this particular yoga is manifesting itself in your chart is manifesting itself in your chart with the full strength, then you could enjoy the international name, fame and reckoning that this yoga can so willingly bestow onto you. But with what strength with this particular yoga will manifest itself in your chart would depend upon the planets that are taking part in the Dharma Karmadipati yoga. We have to take care of the fact that what is the strength of those planets that are taking part in the Dharma Karmadipati yoga, what is the strength and dignity of those planets, what are the degrees at what those planet at which these planets are placed. Then we also got to take into fact that which signs are those participating planets placed in. Are they placed in an enemy sign? Are they placed in a sign where they get debilitated, or are they placed in a sign wherein are they placed in the sign of a friendly planet? All those things are to be taken into consideration when it comes to deciphering out with what strength would this particular yoga would manifest itself in your chart. Now I'll validate it with an example. Let's suppose this is a chart for the Gemini ascendant. This is a chart for the Gemini ascendant. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So the most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati yoga is when the 9th house lord is present in the 10th house and the 10th house lord is present in the 9th house. So here for the Gemini ascendant, the lord of the 9th house is Saturn. So if Saturn is placed in the 10th house and Jupiter is placed in the 9th house, then here what is taking part is the Dharma Karmadipati yoga. But we got to also take into consideration the fact that here the two planets that are taking part into the Dharma Karmadipati yoga are Saturn and Jupiter, which are enemies to each other, which are quite different in nature to each other. While Saturn gives things with delay, Jupiter gives results really fast. So while Saturn is a functional malefic, while Saturn is a natural malefic, Jupiter is a natural benefic. So although this yoga is the most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati yoga, but it will give results with delay in your life, because these two planets are kind of enemies to each other. So although they are taking care of each other's houses, so although deep within they know they are enemies to each other, but yet they know that if I don't take care of the house of the enemy I am residing in, then he gonna blow up my own house too. So although they will give results, but they will give results holding a kind of a grudge secretly in their heart. So although the results of this yoga would come, but they would come with a lot of effort. Now let me take up another example. Just wait for a moment. Okay. Now let's now take up the chart for a different ascendant, so that you people can exactly understand what am I trying to convey to you people. Let's suppose if this is a chart for the Scorpion ascendant. So here the Dharma Karmadipati yoga would take place. The most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati yoga would take place when the 9th house lord, that is moon, is placed in the 10th house, that is sun, and the 10th house lord, which is sun, is placed in the 9th house, that is here. So here the most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati yoga is taking place. But this form of the Dharma Karmadipati yoga would manifest itself with more strength as compared to the earlier example that I gave you, because here the two planets that are participating in the Dharma Karmadipati yoga, they are moon and sun, who are known as best friends to each other. So can you understand? So in this, although both are the highest forms of the Dharma Karmadipati yoga, but in this particular form, wherein sun and moon are friends to each other, herein the results would come in much more easily, and this yoga would manifest itself with much more strength. And in addition, if this particular yoga is receiving aspects from the benefics like Jupiter, etc., then obviously it's gonna make you earn the international name, fame and reputation during the particular period when this yoga manifests itself, that is during the dasha period of the sun or the dasha period of the planet moon, which are participating in this yoga. Now the other thing that you shall take care of, the fact that you shall take care is which sign and which sign are these planets placed into. Are they placed into a friendly sign? Are they placed into the sign of an enemy? Are they placed into a sign wherein they are getting debilitated or wherein they are getting exalted? Let's suppose for a similar ascendant, Scorpion ascendant, the third most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is said to be present when the ninth house lord and the 10th house lord are mutually aspecting each other. That is, they are not exchanging houses, neither they are participating in the second most powerful form of Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, wherein they are placed conjunct in only one particular house. Here I am giving the example of the third most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, wherein the 9th house lord and the 10th house lord are mutually aspecting each other. That is, they are looking eye to eye with each other through the Kendra houses, Trikona houses and the Upachya houses. So let's suppose here the 9th house lord is moon and the 10th house lord is sun. So here if let's suppose here if sun was present here and moon was present here, so since sun and moon are mutually aspecting, they are mutually looking at each other, this is also a form of Dharma Karmadipati Yoga. Similarly, if sun was present here and moon was present here, then this is also a form of the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga. But in this particular form, you got to have a look at one thing, that here moon is getting exalted and it's in the 7th house, and both of these planets are aspecting each other from the 1st house and 7th house, which are one of the most powerful houses. 1st house, 10th house and the 7th house are one of the most powerful houses when it comes to earning the worldly name, fame and reputation. So herein, although this is the mild form of Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, that is the third most powerful form, but the results of this yoga would get elevated, because herein moon is looking at sun and sun is looking at moon, but moon is looking from its exalted state. Had it been otherwise, let's suppose if moon was present here and sun was present here, then let's see what is happening. Now this is going to turn out to be a very interesting example, because herein the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is present, since moon and sun, the 9th and the 10th house lord, are looking into each other and they are present in the Kendra houses. But herein you got to look at one thing, that moon is although placed in the 1st house, but it is getting debilitated, because moon gets debilitated in the sign of Scorpio, and sun is present in the sign of Taurus. Although sun for sun to be placed in the sign of Taurus is kind of a averagely position, but sun is present in the 7th house, and the 7th house has the original energy of the sign Libra, wherein the sun gets debilitated. So the presence of sun is in the 7th house is kind of considered very bad, because sun is a planet who governs our self pride, our ego, our self esteem, and 7th house is the house of the other people. 7th house is the open market, wherein you have to go out networking with the people, and sun hates it, because sun is already a king who is at the highest top-notch position at the administrative level. He is the king of the solar system. He wants every other planet to pay homage to him, and herein it is coming into the 7th house, wherein a king is asked to go network with the normal people like a merchant, which sun doesn't like, and that is the reason why Saturn gets exalted in Libra, while Saturn's arch enemy sun gets debilitated. Saturn gets exalted and sun gets debilitated in Libra. So here in the presence of sun in the 7th house is also kind of very bad. So this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is present in this chart, but this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is a very weak form of Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, despite the fact that it is taking place between the two friendly planets, and it is taking place between the two most powerful houses. But what is ruining this yoga is that moon is debilitated and sun is placed in a house where it kind of loses its self-esteem. So you got to take all those things into consideration. Now let me give you another example of the second most powerful form of Dharma Karmadipati Yoga and how it can affect the results. Let's suppose we will take up the Scorpion ascendant again. Seventh. Now the second most powerful form of the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, as I told in the earlier video, is the one in which the 9th house lord and the 10th house lord are conjunct, that is, they are placed in the same house. Now let's suppose if sun or moon, if sun and moon are present in the same house, that is, whether they are present in any of the Kendra houses, any of the Trikona houses, or whether they are participating in the Upachya houses, not in the 2nd house, not in the 6th house, not in the 8th house, not in the 12th house. Other than that, if sun and moon are present conjunct in any other house, let's suppose they are present here or they are present here, then this person is said to have a Dharma Karmadipati Yoga present in his chart. But what here will decide the strength of this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is the degrees of the planets. Let's suppose this yoga, this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is taking place in the 5th house, wherein sun and moon are present conjunct. Let's suppose if sun was present at 2 degree Pisces and moon was present at 23 degree Pisces, then although the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is taking place here, but what is making this Dharma Karmadipati Yoga very weak is the fact that these two planets who are participating in the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, sun and moon, they are although conjunct, they are although placed in the same house, but they are placed so far apart from each other, that is, they are placed 21 degrees far apart from each other, which is kind of ruining the strength of this yoga. Had it been the other case, had instead of being placed at 23 degree, had moon been placed at, let's suppose, 12 degree, then the strength of this yoga is getting uplifted, because herein they are getting closer to each other. Herein they are only 10 degrees apart from each other. So the closer the two planets participating in this particular yoga, the more powerful this particular yoga would turn out to be. And now I'll give you another example through this similar chart. Let's suppose if sun was present here and moon was present here. This is also a form of the Dharma Karmadipati Yoga, wherein these two planets are mutually aspecting each other. But let's suppose if sun was present here at 10 degrees and moon was present here at 23 degrees. So let's suppose not 23, let us take up 26 degrees. So sun is present in the sign of Scorpio, 10 degrees Scorpio, and moon is placed in the sign of Taurus at 26 degree Taurus. So what is happening is that although these planets are looking eye into eye with each other, but look how far apart they are 16 degrees apart, and the strength of any yoga would come down if the two planets that are participating in this yoga are more than 10 degrees apart. You want that particular planets participating in the yoga to be at the most 10 degrees apart. So had moon been anywhere from 0 to 20 degrees, then it would be 10 degrees, then it would be at the most 10 degrees apart from sun. So if this particular moon in Taurus was at 20 degrees, then this yoga would become powerful. Or even if this moon was was present at 5 degrees, then also these planets are looking eye into eye, and they are only 5 degrees apart, looking eye into eye, but still they are actually looking into eye with each other, since the difference in the degrees is less, so they are kind of a eye to eye contact. But had this been 25 degrees moon, so although they are looking eye into eye, like in the literal terms they are looking eye into eye, however they are not, because if sun is suppose here at 10 degrees and moon is suppose here at 25 degrees, so they are trying to look eye into eye, yet they are not able to. So all those things shall be taken into consideration in order to decipher out with what strength would this particular yoga will manifest itself in your chart. Okay guys, this was all from my side. If you like my method of teaching, please do subscribe to my channel. Please do press the red button down your screen, and in the next video we would cover up another interesting topic related to Vedic astrology. So till then, this is your host Rishu Garg signing off. Stay tuned to my channel, keep watching the Vedic astrology videos.